I'm back with more story time. I'll wait for some people to get in the chat. Wait for some people to get in. It usually takes like a minute and a half to 2.5 minutes for them to promote my live on YouTube. So it's like the first couple minutes, like people that are following me will get the notification that I'm live. And then at about 2.5 minutes, it will be posted on YouTube. And then I'll start seeing people just flooding in. But we're going to do some story time about my ex, Tyke Saxton. He just went to jail on the 5th, which I'm so happy about. And so are many other people, I'm sure. So I was just listening to this podcast, the Adam Carolla show. Do any of you guys remember Adam Carolla? Remember the Love Line? I mean, this is really aging myself, but there used to be a show. Hey, Joe! There used to be a show on called Love Line that I used to watch with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla. That was really good. And I actually dated this guy from Smash Mouth, the band Smash Mouth. He was the original drummer and the original one that started the band Smash Mouth. And this is not my ex I'm going to tell a story about. This is a little side story. So I dated the drummer from Smash Mouth for some time. Anyway, he's the one that started Smash Mouth. He's the one that wrote the song, "Hey Now, You're an All-Star, Get Your Game On, Go Play." And he also wrote, "Might As Well Be Walking on the Sun." So anyway, now he lives in Reno. And he basically lives off of the residuals from Shrek. You know, because Shrek used all those songs. All the Smash Mouth songs. Hey, Joe, don't be stupid, okay? I'm not new at this. Hey, come her again. I like the way you do it right there. The Gamer Hub, welcome in. Come her up gun. I like it. Appreciate this. The GOAT. That's right, baby. I'm the OG. Don't play with me. Where am I from? Originally I'm from Norway. I'm Norwegian. I have an apartment in Las Vegas and a home in California. My name is Summer Lynn. I'm 54 years old. And yes, I have filler in my lips. So hopefully you won't have to have any more questions. You like my tattoos? Thank you, come her. Long as I get paid, bad little vibe, in my mind. Okay, so the story I was telling earlier, I was telling a story about my ex, Tyke Saxton. This guy's horrible. He is in the Los Angeles, or no, Orange County men's jail. He went time for, he had 4 felony counts, battery, vandalism, which included him smashing this girl's phone so she couldn't call the police. Smashing her phone so she couldn't call the police. Battery. Oh, resisting arrest. You know? Joe, you have a lot to say on that. I think we have to make it a little bit shorter because I can't even see myself. I mean, I agree with everything you're saying. So, anyway, in the last one we left off with, I mean, mainly we just want to tell people to hit the like button, hit the notification button, hit the subscribe button. Don't be rude or you're going to get timed out, period. Or how about don't make inappropriate comments, period, or you're going to be kicked out. Any kind. And you don't have to say no kids in here, because I don't think kids are really coming in here. And if they are, we're going to find out pretty quickly and get them out. So if you want to see who this guy is, my ex, you can go look him up. His name is Tyke Lateef Saxton. So I'm going to tell you, first of all, to start off, he killed 2 people when he was 15. Now, the record has been sealed, so there's no way to know if he killed 1 person or 2 people, who he killed, or anything like that. And the only reason that I know that it's true that he committed a murder is because he went to prison when he was 15, and he did not get out of prison until he was 27. So that's basically the start that this guy had, was he went to prison at 15 as a kid and got out at 27. Thank you, Tali. So the story he told me, though, when we met, I'm just telling crazy stories. Hit subscribe and smash like button. No inappropriate comments. Okay. I'm just kind of telling random stories about him today on my 2 lives, because he went to prison, went to jail on the 5th, and I've been waiting a year and a half for him to go to jail. Show my real chin. What? What does that mean? Show my real chin. A quadruple chin? No, I don't. Look, I really don't have a quadruple chin. This thing, I think it makes my face a little bit thinner, but this is my real chin. I mean, I'm 54 years old. It's a little saggy. I mean, you can tell I don't, because look at the fucking tattoo. It would be covered up. It's a filter, look. Be the best filter ever, I'll tell you that much. So, shut up anyway, Rap Haga. Shut the fuck up. How about that? How about you shut the fuck up? Rapaga Florisol. How about that? Why don't you go on your own fucking channel and get off of mine? Thank you. Okay, so anyway, my ex went to jail on the 5th of October for a violation that he got on the 15th of August. And I only found out all this yesterday. But I have been waiting for this man to go to prison. Hey, Kenzie! Since the day he punched me in the face in May of 2023, and he went to jail for that for 3 days. I didn't even press charges, the state of Nevada did. He punched me in the face at a gas station in Las Vegas on the corner of College, I forget the name, that street, College something and Flamingo. I mean, and so then after he punched me in the face and the body, he took off. He grabbed my phone and he had my phone. He took my purse and threw it out the window, and I had blood coming all down. It was all on the top of my dress. And he took my purse, anyway, threw it out the window, and I was like, let me out, let me out. And he's like, fine. And he's in my car driving. And he's like, oh, I'm going to show you. And he's like driving super fast. And I thought, this is it. My life's over after he punched me in the face. I thought he was going to kill me. I didn't know where he was going. I just started thinking like he's going to go to some back road somewhere. This is how our relationship ended. And he let me out of the car and I walked home. But he didn't know this, and I got his phone. I had his phone. I grabbed his phone, and he didn't know. And so, anyway, that's how our relationship ended. That was the last time I seen him. I wasn't one of those girls that goes back. Somebody else called the police on him. I didn't even press charges on him. The cops did. They said he was a menace to society, and my eye was swollen shut. I had a big cut right here. I had blood all over, and he tried to tell the cops that and I'm 54 years old, that I was trying to hit him. And they looked at my hands and they're like, oh, not one of her nails is broken, sir. Like, this woman hasn't been doing anything. She didn't even get to defend herself either. You just sucker punched her in the face. So that was my last time seeing him. But the things that led up to that were absolutely insane that he did. Oh, all my stuff? Yes, I got all my stuff back that night when he got arrested. And I never let him come back. When he came back to my apartment, he had to come with the police to get his stuff. And I did let him have all of his stuff that I had bought him. Clothes, jewelry. I mean, I'm talking about a closet full of clothes, probably 30 pairs of shoes. You guys can look him up. You can go see his Instagram, his Facebook. His name is Tykee, T-Y-K-E-E, Latif, L-A-T-I-F-F, Saxton, S-A. Of his victims was on Facebook dating. He met so many girls off of, Lily Flower Hearts. That's a cute name. I like it. I like your screen name, and I like the flowers next to it. I like the profile picture. The whole thing is super. No, he's a monster. And that's not even the tip. What he did to me is not even the tip of the iceberg. I'm telling you, at 15, this guy killed somebody. I believe now, and he went to jail for 12 years at prison at 15. So he went to prison from 15 to 27. I believe that he probably killed a girlfriend. I believe that now. Because when he was telling me about being in prison, I was like, why? This is what I said to him. Because we were watching like the first 48 or something, and this guy killed his girlfriend. And I said, why would anybody ever kill their partner? Like, just leave them and go find somebody else. Billy. Hey, Roxy. And I'm like, why would, you know, if you're like, if a girl breaks up with you as a dude, why would you unalive your partner? Like, why would you do that? Just go find a new girl, like F her, you know, or vice versa. And he started explaining it. And he was like, oh yeah, well, when I was in prison, the men there that had killed their girlfriends, they had to go to these classes and to help them to understand like how to not be violent and stuff. And I'm like, he's talking about himself. Like, I think he killed his girlfriend. And then one of the girls, because he had told multiple stories about why he went to prison. Like, one of the stories that he told of why he went to prison, well, the first story he ever told me about hey, out in space, the first story he ever told me about why he went to prison was, this is when I first started, like, I knew about him for 2 years before I would meet him in person. Like, I made him jump through hoops to meet me. I made him, because he wanted to meet me, and I was like, well, I'm not going to meet you unless we're making money. I'm not just getting in a relationship with you. I'm in my 50s, like, you're 34, like, I'm good. So I said, you have to go get tested, and you have to be, you know, approved on these certain platforms so we can film together. And he did that finally after 2 years. So that's why I ended up meeting him. Well, when I met him, he started explaining like his life to me, because I didn't really know anything about him. I knew that he was very handsome, but that he had tattoos on his face, and he looked like he was going to be a problem. On Facebook, he'll be in prison for many years. So he tells me, well, when I was 15, no, Remy, but I am on some other platforms. But you can go follow me on Instagram, and you can talk to me about it there. I don't talk about that stuff right here. My Instagram is Summerlyn Bombshell 10. SUMMERLYN Bombshell 10. Summerlyn Bombshell 10. Go follow me on Instagram. He told me that when he was 15, two shrug dealers, you know what I'm talking about, two shrug dealers came in his house, and they were attacking his mother. And he grabbed a gun and unalived them. Summer Child's twin. Well, have you ever moderated before, Summer Child's twin? Because pretty much my rule is that I'm not shouting out Dill. That's ridiculous what you have written there. If anybody does want to shout out, just hit that $sign at the top with whatever you want to say. If you want to shout out your channel or whatever. Sí, Oriel. Poquito español. So he's like, oh yeah, they were attacking my mom, and I had to unalive them. And and I'm thinking, so why would you go to prison for 12 years as a minor if you were doing that to defend your mom? That doesn't sound right, period. Like, you had to do a pretty heinous crime as a minor to go to prison for 12 years, period. Like, I'm thinking he unalived a girlfriend and her whole family or something. Like, he had to have done something crazy to go for 12 years when he was 15. So, I found out later from all these other girls. By the way, I'll tell you that he said that he could count on one hand how many in his life. He told me that he's. Well, I'm just going to let you know that today, right now, he's got 4 children and 1 girl that's pregnant from 5 different women. Okay, he already had at least one child that was 3 or 4 when I met him, and another baby that was born when he was actually, thank you, Dee, when he was actually living with me, telling me that he didn't have any kids and, you know, all this lies. He actually had a baby born. He moved in with me in November, and in December he had a baby born and didn't tell me about it, and told the baby mama that he was going to come to the hospital and be there for the birth, and wasn't, and has never claimed the kid or said it was his, and the kid looks just like him, and actually said that the baby was ugly and didn't look black because he's black and Cuban. Well, he's light-skinned himself, and the baby looks just like him. Now the baby's gotten a little older, same exact forehead, hair, everything. Everything looks just like him. No, I don't IT help her. I have some other platforms, but you're welcome to go follow me on Instagram, which is Summer, SUMMER, Summer Lynn Bombshell 10. Summer Lynn Bombshell 10. Go follow me on Instagram. You can ask me those kind of questions on there. What is with all the people posing as children? That child's twin. I think they're adults posing as kids. Maybe you can make a little pin for me to put up there that says, if you have questions for Summer Lynn, follow her on her Instagram. But you just have to make sure you spell it right. SUMMERLYN Bombshell 10. Summer Lynn Bombshell 10. It's with one N. So come to find out, right now on this day, he has 5 children. And when I met him 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago, he said he had no children. He also told me he owned a house. He does not own a house. He lived in a trailer with, get this, his wife. Okay? And that's why he ended up punching me in the face at the store, because him and I were driving in the car. And mind you, I was only with him for 6 months, and 1 month he was gone. So all of these stories I'm telling you happened in 5 months. So one day we were going to go down to the strip, and we're in my car, and his phone hooks to my, you know how like when you're driving, your phone hooks to your car, and then if someone's calling, well, it'll be like, Jason is calling, do you want to pick up? Like my car will say that. And so we're in my car, and his phone hooks to it, and it says, your wife is calling, do you want to pick up? And I was just like, I already wanted to get rid of him at this point, but I was just like, are you fucking kidding me, Taiki? I said, your wife? Like, on top of everything, you have a fucking wife. You've been living with me for 5 months at this time in Las Vegas. We've been having poly open relationship. I find out you have a kid, a couple kids, and now I'm finding out you have a wife that lives in California that you've been with for like 2 years. Oh my God. So when I heard that, I lost my mind. I was like, F you piece of crap. Like, I went crazy. My mouth went crazy. And I was like, I don't care. I want to be away from you. I can't stand you. you know, I can't stand you. I don't want to be with you, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, and then he's all, I didn't say wife. And when I prove it to you, you're going to get basically, you know, hurt for even suggesting that it said wife. And I'm like, I know what it fucking said. And I was like, I'm sick of you, blah, 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 blah. So we're driving. He pulls in the gas station, pulls into the corner of the gas station. And this is on College and Flamingo in Las Vegas at night. So there's people at the gas station, okay? And just pulls back and says, bam, and punches me right here, which I still have a scar right here on my cheek with a ring, with a square ring. So it cut my face open like this, like in a L shape. And the skin flap was just down. And then so it started swelling. And it was bleeding, and anyway, and then he punched me in the body too. And people saw it. People called the police, and then he started driving off down the street. Anyway, they ended up catching him back at my apartment like an hour later, and I was hiding outside the apartment because I was afraid he was going to unalive me. But he had my phone and my keys, and I wanted them back. And so when the police got there, all of a sudden, like, somebody that lived in the apartment's all, you can come out now, like, they're here. And I went out and looked, and they had, like, okay, have a good day, babe. And then he had, like, 3 cop cars had him pinned up against the fence. And I just came out there, and I was like, I said, look what you did to me, motherfucker, look at my face. And the cops were like, get back, because I was walking towards him. And then he's all, I didn't do that to you, did I? And then he tried telling the cops that I was hitting him. Anyway, he's a 235 pound, not 235, 270 pound, 6'5", something like that, 6'3", black and Cuban dude, muscular. And I'm a 54-year-old woman. And he's telling the police that he had to punch me in the face because I was trying to hit him. Okay, if anybody wants to hear any more of the story, tell me. Or if you want me to talk about something else, tell me. Because we can continue on with that at another time. I mean, there's so much to the story. There's so much. Like, the amount of crazy shit that this guy did was insanity. Like, just all the little stories about his uncles that he made up, stories that he made up about his brothers and sisters, the 2 different women that he held hostage. You can look him up right now on Google, and you can see about one of the women he held hostage and threatened a bunch of employees at Walmart to shoot them. It's under Tyke Lateef Saxton. If you Google that, you'll see the story about him holding people hostage at Walmart. I have not laid eyes on him since May of 2023. This happened in May of 2023, and he went to jail for 3 days. And when he got out and wanted to get his stuff, the police came with him, and he got his stuff, and I've never seen him again. Oh, okay, Jasmine, I'll tell some more then. I mean, there's so much to tell. Like, it's insane. Like, I could probably make hours of tapes, and I was only with this guy for 6 months. But I know stories about other girls, too. What was I saying? Take off my swimming glasses. Oh, okay, Albert. What was I talking about the last second there? Oh, so, yeah, he had to have a police escort to get his stuff. And when the police came, I had a black eye, and I was sitting on the couch, and I didn't even want him to see my black eye. I didn't even want him to have the satisfaction of knowing that he gave me a black eye. And so I had it covered up with a pillow. And where my face was laid open, it swelled up, and when the police, they called an ambulance, and they wanted me to go to the hospital, but I wouldn't go. And the ambulance, they glued my face shut. But there was still a scar there, and it took like 6 months to heal. And here's the crazy part. I had nerve damage in my face, and I kept on getting twitching and numbness down here because of it. Well, I don't know if people are bored with it or what. I like hearing crazy. Getting ready to go to Arizona the next day for work. Okay? And I'm like, I'm going to go to bed. I need to get some sleep, and I'll do your laundry in the morning because he had laundry that needed to be done. Mind you, when I look back, I'm like, hell no, I would have been doing his laundry. Well, this guy's very, you know, I'm like, I'll do your laundry in the morning before I go. I need to get some sleep. So then all of a sudden I see him like getting ice ready and doing all this stuff like as if someone's going to come over. And I'm like, what are you doing? And he's all, oh, my buddy Aaron's going to come over and he got punched in the face and he doesn't want you to see it because he's embarrassed. So can you just stay in the room when he comes in? Because I have 2 bedrooms in my apartment. Can you just stay in the room when he comes in because he doesn't want you to see him? Mind you, this... And... So I'm thinking this guy's going to sneak a girl in here. This guy's going to sneak a girl in my house while I'm here. This is insane. And mind you, we had been together for like 4 months before things started going bad. Like really bad. So most of this worst part was in the last 2 months. Oh, am I cutting out? It's because look where I'm at. Wow. Wow, it's focusing on the crack. Here. See where I'm at? So this is the desert. This is the desert between Los Angeles and Las Vegas. See, it says Las Vegas, 116 miles. Yeah, look at Piper. Look at his tongue, you guys. See the California license plate, y'all? Oh wait, this is not a California plate. That's a Nevada plate. Which is where Las Vegas is. Do you guys want me to turn around or leave it this way? While I'm telling the story, do you want me to turn it around or leave it this way? I mean, there's only 11 people in here. I'll just leave it this way for a little bit. This is the Mojave Desert, by the way. This is the Mojave Desert, spelled M-O-J-A-V-E. And this is where Death Valley is, which is the hottest spot ever on Earth. I think it was 135 degrees there, and they have the world's tallest thermometer there. You can look it up, Death Valley, Mojave Desert, world's tallest thermometer. No, I'm heading to Las Vegas from Los Angeles. Well, basically heading to Las Vegas from San Bernardino. Exactly, Al. Free smarter. You learned it in 3rd grade. I don't remember learning about Death Valley in school. Who knows? Who knows what I was doing? Okay, so, he's telling me, oh yeah, Aaron's gonna come in here. And by the way, Aaron is a barber that lives in Las Vegas. Because he's gonna come into the story later. Aaron is a white boy, and he lives in Las Vegas. He's a barber. And him and Tyke went and got a haircut from him, and they became fast friends. So Aaron would come over, and Aaron was struggling with alcoholism and addiction, and I'm clean and sober. And look at this cop right here. Yeah. Oh no, it's not. No, it's not. I'm clean and sober, so I started taking Aaron to AA meetings with me, because he was really struggling with cocaine, alcohol, and he was a friend of Tyke's. So I was like, hey, I go to meetings. You want to go to a couple meetings with me? Anyway, so I started taking him to meetings and kind of became friends with his friend Aaron. So he's like, oh yeah, Aaron's going to come in. He got beat up. He doesn't want you to see him. And so I'm like, okay, this is the dumbest story ever. I'm telling him that. Like, you're BSing me. Like, this is my apartment. This is in my apartment that he's doing this. And I'm like, no. And then he comes in there and he's getting the PlayStation, take it in the other room, and setting the room up, like to play video games. And I'm like, what the hell? So he's screaming at me. He's, yeah, I support Therians too. He's screaming at me because I'm like, this story sucks, Tyke, and like, I have to get up at like 5 a.m. and by this time it's like 2 a.m. I'm like, why do you guys have to come here? Can't you go to Aaron's house? Aaron got beat up and he has to come here, and he's got his own apartment. Like, this whole story just sucks. Yeah, he's a narcissist. And so I'm in the bedroom laying there, and I hear the door open, and I go and look, and he's got my camera in my living room facing straight down, like has it unhooked, and he's got a blanket over somebody and is sneaking them in my house with them underneath a blanket. And at this point, I'm so terrified of him and so disgusted and so just, it was awful by this point. This was at the very end. And I can hear them in the other room. And so I think him and his friend Aaron are doing something with this girl. I don't know. It is so weird. And then all of a sudden I hear the door, like, supposed to be closing, but it doesn't close all the way, because I can hear it go ding ding, like my alarm. When you close the door, my alarm's like ding ding, like, you know, the alarm went off. Well, it closed, it was like ding ding, and then it opened. And so I went out there and looked. He had left the door open. I looked in the parking lot. Him and somebody on a motorcycle are like speeding off. But I didn't tell you, like, when he snuck the person in. Oh, I looked out there. Yeah, I just did say it. And they were under a blanket. It was so fucking weird. Now he's sneaking out of the house. And then, I like lost my mind. Okay, I'm just going to tell you right now. I lost it. And Like, I was going insane at this point. So he comes back. I call him and I'm like, where in the hell are you? And he comes back and I'm like, you left the front door open. Someone could have just came in. Like, what are you doing? Like, I said, you have a car and you have money. If you have to hang out with a girl or another person, why wouldn't you just go to their house or go get a hotel room? Like, why would you sneak someone into my house and put a blanket over them? Like, first of all, who's this dumb person that's letting you even do that? That's even letting you put a blanket over them to sneak them in. Like, that's weird too. So when he comes back, I'm like, where in the hell were you? Why are you sneaking people in and out of my house? And I'm supposed to go to Arizona to work. And by this time, it's like 6 a.m. I don't believe that they're kids. Your son, like, who is, I just joined the life. What does that mean? What does that mean, Anna Banana? Weird, right? And this guy's, I'm telling you that the guy I'm talking about, Tyke Saxton, which I hope you guys went and looked him up. He's 34 years old at this time when this is going on. 34. Mind you, just got out of prison at 27, and then at 28, he held a girl hostage in a Walmart parking lot at gunpoint and threatened to unalive Walmart employees. And when the police came and got him, and that was in Apple Valley in California, when the police came and got him, he tried to escape and he got 2 years in prison. So as soon as he got out at 27, at 28, he went back again for 2 years. I don't believe they're kids. I think that they are adults pretending to be kids. We don't, there's no kids allowed in here. This is 18 and over. So if there's any kids in here, you guys need to get out. This isn't kid. Although it is family friendly, of course, there's nothing R-rated or anything. But, you know, it's just not for kids. Kids wouldn't even like it. It's not even like a fun thing for kids. So the fact is, Joe, you're not going to be able to keep every person that's under 18 out of here. You can ask them to leave, but we can't start banning every person that comes in because of their profile picture, you know? They're going to get bored and get out quickly. This is not going to be a fun place for a kid. But you're going to have to start blocking and blocking and blocking people, like spending all your time trying to look at people's profiles. I don't want you to have to do that. If they're clearly a child, and we're going to find out by their comments pretty quickly. So when he comes back, I'm sitting in my car and I'm just like almost numb because he's back. I know he snuck someone in my house. I'm supposed to be going to work at like 7 a.m. and it's already 7 a.m. I've been up all night because of this jackass. And all of a sudden I get a text on my phone from him. Accidentally texting me when he meant to text the girl that he had just snuck over. And the text said, in Spanish, I told you I really like you, but I explained to you that you can't stay the night here. Sent that to me on accident, and I was like, Tyke, the message that you just sent to your your girlfriend you accidentally sent to me. Like, I wanted him to move out so bad. Like, I kept telling him, I don't like you. I want you to leave. You know, I don't want to be with you anymore. None of that. And he just wouldn't leave, man. But so that morning after all of that happened, when we came in the house, I like started bitching at him, and I was like, look, you're gonna have to leave. I can't have somebody, I gotta go to work, and you're in here sneaking girls in my house, putting blankets over them. You're 35 years old, like, you have a car, you have money. I'm not promoting you to cheat, but I'm like, if you are cheating, why wouldn't you just go get a hotel room? Why would you even want to sneak a girl into my apartment? Like, why? Well, come to find out later, I believe, hey, Michelle, I'm from Norway. I believe that when he was in prison all those years, which he's going to be in prison for the rest of his life too, because he is back in the LA Maine Men's Jail, or Orange County Maine Men's Jail. I believe all the years he was in prison, he was used to sneaking people in his cell. I'm good. How are you, Michelle? So I think he was like addicted to it. Addicted to like the sneaking and seeing if he could get away with it. Right, Albert, exactly. So, I mean, I didn't even do that stuff in high school. So, I don't know, I'm just thinking about different things that he did that were just so... Oh, okay, so that night, the night in question that I'm telling you about when he snuck the person in under the blanket, he had taken my pictures, because I have like a little table in my apartment. If you guys are regulars on my channel, you've seen it. And it's got 2 pictures of me on it that one of my ex gave me. And the pictures are framed and they're of me. And my ex gave them to me and I put them on that little table. This is years ago. Well, whoever he was sneaking in the apartment, he didn't want them to see the pictures of me sitting on the table. Because he probably said, oh, this is my mom's place or something. And they're going to see a white woman and be like, that is not your mom. And so he took the 2 pictures and he went and put them in the bedroom where he had snuck her in that same bedroom. Well, when I went out and saw him sneak out the door and accidentally leave the door open, I just went in and looked in that other bedroom just to see what was going on. And when I opened the closet, I saw, I don't know why they're big, Emperor Projects. I don't know why my lips are so big. I don't know why. So I see my 2 pictures laying face down, and I'm like, oh, well, that even just more proves that he just snuck a girl in here, because why would he move my pictures off the table? So fucking weird, man. This dude is weird. And I didn't say anything. But I did say to him, I said, wow. I said, somebody came in here. This is what I told him. When you left and left the door open, somebody came in here. And I had to throw a candle at them to get them out. And they stole my 2 pictures. Because my pictures are gone. Well, he could not tell the truth. He couldn't say, oh, well, I took the pictures down. So I was playing a game with him too. So anyway, all this time goes on. I tell him someone stole the pictures. He tells me, he doesn't say anything. Well, then he tells me, my uncles are going to find out who broke into your apartment and stole your pictures, and they're going to take care of them. Now, don't forget, he told me that his 2 uncles were in either the mafia or the mob or the cartel, something like that. They were in one of those. And I'm thinking, okay, first of all, if that was true, you wouldn't be telling people, because your family would have taught you not to tell people. And then whenever we would get in a fight, like he would be like, my uncles are gonna go to your house and stuff, and I'm thinking, no, people that are in those kind of high up places are not even gonna deal with someone in their family fighting with a female, period. You're not even supposed to be bringing that kind of attention to yourself if you're in that kind of organization. The last thing you do is get in trouble for something like that and take down the whole organization because you feel like slapping a girl. Like, come on, bruh. So, he's like, my uncles are going to find out who broke in and stole your pictures, and they're going to take care of it. And I'm like, oh, brother. So I forgot all about it. And one night we're laying there, and his friend Aaron is over, the one that supposedly got punched in the face. And this is probably a couple days later, and he comes over, and there's nothing wrong with him at all. No kind of bruises or nothing. And he's like, he's laying there playing a video game. Him and Aaron are playing PlayStation, and I'm sitting on the bed doing something, and he's like, goes out and goes in the other room, right? And then all of a sudden I get a text on my phone from his uncle. Remember I told you he was messaging me the whole time, pretending to be his uncle, and messaging me from another phone number. I mean, I'm talking about paragraphs and paragraphs and conversations every single day. He would keep up with me. He would be texting me, and at the same time the uncle would be texting me from the same, you know what I mean? So he's like, goes out of the room, and then I get a text, and it's like, hello, miss, and then it's my last name. Hello, miss, and they're calling me by my last name. I'm just going to say Roberts. That's not my last name, but it was like, hello, Miss Roberts. I did what I said, and I found the person that broke into your apartment, and I took care of it.